This is another New Black World Order TV Productions.
Hey,
Chopper.
Yeah,
Hotep Talah Amun back in the building.
Indeed.
What brings you out?
You know, the conversation with my brother.
Rob the Peaceful Rebel.
Yes. Who I love.
Okay.
I want to make that clear. I love you, brother.
However,
we
gotta address your video.
I gotta address the video. And I want to make clear that I'm not a Nuwaubian. I was a Nuwaubian, I'm not a Nuwaubian.
For the record.
For the record. But my science is Nuwaubu, which is sound right reasoning. I do take on the science of Nuwaubu. That is my spiritual science given to me by my spiritual master, who is none other than Melchizedek, or Yanun, who is also known as Malachi York.
Okay.
I do accept the culture of the Nuwaubians. I do accept that as my own. I embrace that. But I don't follow that protocol that's in place right now.
Okay.
Because I'm not in harmony with the teachings right now. I'm just not in harmony with...
You talking about the Patarak?
I'm not in harmony with the leadership or the communion between the Nuwaubians.
Okay.
I think it has to go to another level, which brings me to addressing the brother's comment. Because I'm aware that Baba never meant for us to remain in that school of thought.
Okay.
We were to graduate, and the graduation, what he's pointing out, Rob, the Peaceful Rebel, right? And I agree with that. You're a rebel, and I do feel the peace in you. But if you want to consider yourself a rebel, that's fine. But
Ray Bear.
Yeah. However, what you're pointing out is irrelevant to what Baba came to teach. To me, you make it appear that what Baba came to do was to just gather people for the sake of what he's being charged for, which is child molestation. Or like his organization was some sort of cult that had no purpose. Your focus on the dress of the Nuwaubians and the jewelry and all of it is irrelevant. It's so minute to what he came to give, which is an awakening. You're not mentioning the fact that he awakened tens of thousands of people from the spell of religion. The spell that we were placed under, that divided us as Christian, Muslim, Jews, and a host of subdivisions within that, Pentecostal, Methodist, and all those things. He broke the spell of religion and gave us culture. Gave us a culture that we could work with during that time while he take us inwardly to the inner being. Because this is what this was all about. All of the pyramids, all of the walk, all of the dress was nothing. Because he said also, nothing external matters. That was one of his main points. Nothing external matters. So he was taking us inwardly to the being within. So that doesn't have a dress code, doesn't have a culture. That's just being. That's existence. I am God. I am that I am, which they interpret as God. Not the God of the one who gets jealous and I'm a jealous God. No, not that fictitious character, or the Allah, the fictitious character who they call him Master Fard Muhammad. None of that garbage.
Or Yahweh.
Or Yahweh. None of that garbage. We're talking about existence itself. Pure existence. Consciousness, the light of consciousness. And the darkness that the light of consciousness came out of. This is what he was pointing to, and this is what I'm here to defend. Not the clothes, because and you tried to make a mockery of it, of the fact that I brought up extraterrestrial. And don't stop me here, because black people are the only ones who are not in tune with beings from outside this Earth's atmosphere. There is a man called Greer, Stephen Greer, I believe.
Okay.
Steve Greer, I know his last name is Greer, I think his first name is Steve, who put forth a document called the Disclosure Project and gave it to, I remember him giving it to George Bush Sr. and then George Bush Jr., then Barack Obama. But this is a document of at least 500 viable testimonies from senators, congressmen, astronauts, military of all branches, aviation control units. This is testimony of beings who dealt directly with what they call UFOs and IFOs, meaning identified flying objects, and ETs themselves. You can look this up. You can check it out for yourself. We have to get in tune with there are other beings and other cultures that exist beyond this earth. And so your Hindus that you want to regard, or you said Bible was glorifying, he was not glorifying the Hindu. He even taught that the Hindus came from beings who came from beyond the stars. They were the fallen angels, the black devils. That's what he taught. So there was a culture that exists before the culture was taken on this planet.
So the Hindus was a part of the 200 fallen?
That is what he taught. That is what he taught, that the Hindus was a part of the 200 fallen, that they were black skinned with blue eyes and long straight hair. He said the original beings had woolly hair. And these beings, these woolly haired 9 ether beings came from beyond the star, and they had a culture with a dress. Because Earth is not the only place where you wear clothes, my brother. It's not the only place where you wear clothes. There's a proven fact that there are other planets who have the same conditions as Earth.
Conducive.
It's conducive, and the same conditions, same atmosphere and everything that could sustain life. So it's very minute for you or anyone to think that this planet is the only planet in the boundless universe of billions or an unlimited number of planets that sustain life and have cultures. So he did not steal it from the Hindus. He did not steal the culture from the Hindu. That was our culture that the Hindus adopted, that clothing. But again, that is not what he really came to give. He said, I came giving you what you want, which was religion and a culture, to learn what I really have to give, which is what I'm putting out in Hotep, the Cure of Humanity, which is the state of being, the witness self. That witnesses the physical dimension. Because until we reach that state, the original state of being, we will always have something to divide each other, like what dress you wore, what dress he wore, what culture is yours, what culture is mine, and all these things that divide us. Where you from, East Coast, West Coast, North, South, all this stuff. Before, in the balanced universe, there is no North, South, East, and West. Even before the planet was shifted and before the continental drift, there was no North America, South America, Asia. None of these things that further divide us is being pointed out.
So here and there is where you are.
Here and there
is where you are.
Here and there, even in that statement, there is no there. There's only here right now. There and here, the opposites, what is considered opposites, is not reality. There is no opposite. There is only right now. And so, because if you were here, right? If you're here, not you as the body, but existence itself is always right here, right now. God, what they're calling God, the real God, is always here, right now. Always. That's what they mean when they say Jesus is always here or God is always here. They're talking about you, existence, the real you. So look, again, I'm not beating you down because I understand your level of consciousness, because most beings don't know who they really are. They don't. They still stuck in a culture or identity as the person. And we're trying to get you beyond that, but Malachi knew that the people wasn't ready for that the mind wasn't evolved enough to go to the absolute truth yet. So he had to take you through schools of who's who on the planet in order to take you step by step back to your spirit, to your soul, to the absolute, to the witness of these things, which is all you. This is the truth, brother. Sorry to disappoint you that Baba didn't steal nothing. He didn't steal anything. And he never claimed that he was the originator of this information. He just said, I came giving you what you want so you will learn to want what I have to give. That's the truth. And again, we're producing our stuff, our garments. What are you producing? That's all that matters, not who we can beat up and all that garbage. What are you producing right now that you can call your own and giving? What are you giving to your brothers and sisters that can help them? By beating them up? Do you think you can help by putting Malachi down? Do you think you helping your brothers and sisters? Unless you're giving them something to replace that with. If you're not giving them something to replace what you're taking away from them, then you're just as bad as the ones who locked him up unjustly. Because he is innocent. I'm here to bear witness to that. He is innocent of the charges what they accused him of. And there's much proof for that, but I'm not going to even get into that and all the details of that unless you want that, because we can give you that too.
I think he wants it.
Well, we already know that their key witness, Abigail Washington, made a recantment statement, and we had the tape. Georgia Gossip at that time I was affiliated with, and we had the tape to give to the judge, what the judge would not allow into evidence. But this was their key witness. This is what they had to get the warrant to initially arrest Malachi and to get the FBI to join in the raid and all that. They never produced any of the things that they said they had would justify the warrant. No videos, no DNA, no Pink Panther doll with the penis, none of that shit that they said they had that they produced in court. Even their star witness recanted her statement. Even Jacob York, who was the believed son or the son of Dr. York, he was never placed on trial. He was the one who went to Sheriff Howard Richard Seals to get the shit going. And he never was placed on court because he was caught lying in bed with white women and boys. I don't know if it was boys, but I know he was very promiscuous and he was doing all kinds of devilishment where they knew that his testimony would be discredited.
Okay. What about Chuck Morgan? Did you ever meet him?
I know about Chuck Morgan. He's a slanderer. Okay. He's a slanderer of Malachi.
Elaborate.
He's trying to make money or make a name for himself by tearing down Malachi. He's another agent of the devil. He want to tear Malachi down, but ignoring all of the beautiful things that he did, which even give you the inspiration and the awareness, the research. Because most of us was not doing research the way we're doing it now before Malachi came on the scene. Malachi said from the very beginning, don't believe a word I say, check it out. He said that. That was his favorite quote. Don't believe nothing I tell you. And don't believe nothing anybody else tell you. Go do your homework. That's why you're doing your homework.
Well, you know, a lot of brothers are running from Chuck Morgan.
Why?
I don't know. So are you saying that you are capable, maybe, of holding a dialogue or a conversation with Chuck Morgan?
I'm capable of holding a dialogue with anyone. I'm God, I told you.
And specifically, Rather Rebel.
Oh, anyone.
Okay.
Anyone. Because conversation, in the beginning was a conversation. The word there was logos. In the beginning was the word, no, it wasn't logos. Because logos means Lord, right? What does logos mean in Greek?
I think it has something to do with creator or God.
Yes, I think it's Lord.
I think so.
There's another word there where it says in the beginning
but
was
don't believe
word.
us.
It wasn't word.
Check it out.
Check it out. It was conversation in the Semitic language. I can't think of the word right now. I apologize. I am fallible, even though I'm God. I'm not talking about that I know everything.
God got amnesia.
I'm just talking about existence.
God got
I'm talking
amnesia.
about existence. I'm talking about beyond the human element and the knowledge that my brain has obtained. There is existence beyond the intellect of my mind.
Well, I'm not God. That'll explain why I forget shit.
Okay, but anyway, there was a conversation, so I'm capable of conversating with anybody, and I welcome all kinds of conversations, and we don't have to be hostile about this shit.
Right.
All we have to do is have a conversation.
Right.
Because I'm here to point to what he really came to give you.
Because that's what's different about this channel.
Yeah.
It may get you in your feelings, but we're not about fighting each other over these conversations.
Absolutely.
But we can get passionate.
Yes.
Our feelings could get animated.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, we're not putting our hands on each other.
No.
Right.
And that's why I saw your video and it was respect about the sister that y'all searching for.
Right.
And it's about love and unity. Why can't we all come together, all organizations come together and look for the sister?
Well, everybody today is talking about missing black women. But the New Black World Order, if you notice, that video is 2010.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it's 2010. I've been on the forefront of looking for black women.
Yeah.
I have rented 50 passenger buses, called the Nation of Islam up, out to help us look for them. Don't show up. Called this group. Don't show up. But they all are criticizing the Richmond Police Department and Rico Police Departments and white people for not looking for missing black people.
For our people.
It's our responsibility to look for our people.
That's right, exactly.
But it wears you down when nobody shows up.
I know. I've been a part of that. I've put the call out to black churches and organizations to come together to try to get something done in our community. But they don't want to come together because of money. They want the attention, they want the money, they're worried about their congregation, they're worried about whether you're going to look more powerful than them.
See, you can't sell bean pies searching for people in the woods. You can't sell a Final Call newspaper, right? Yeah. But they could have did that going door to door, passing out flyers, descriptions, because that's what we was doing. Yeah. We were searching in wooded areas, and we were searching in the community where she was missing at, knocking on doors, passing out flyers of her description, what clothes she had on, so we could generate some buzz, maybe somebody to come forward with some clues.
I got you.
But every time we do that, the people that quote-unquote love black people, that quote-unquote have black-oriented, Afrocentric organizations, do not get off their fucking ass, do not come from behind that keyboard and that goddamn computer screen and get your ass out here and look for these missing people. I don't want to keep seeing no goddamn Facebook posts about no 64,000 missing black women and y'all motherfuckers ain't out there looking for her. And you motherfuckers who say the black woman is God, where she got to be calling and summoning your ass to look for her. But you won't look for her.
That's deep.
That's deep. Yeah. And so, you want to close out with any final statements, or you had anything else to say? Any final statements to Rada Peace the Rebel, to Chuck Morgan and all those who seem to be just focusing on Malachi Z. York?
If I'm going to say anything, I'm going to repeat what I said, which is not about, it's not about focusing on Malachi and what you believe he didn't do. Find out what he did do and appreciate that. And once you fall in, and once you really learn to appreciate what he came to give, which was knowledge of self, the inner self, regardless of what you might think of him and what information and other information, external information you might disagree with based on your limited understanding, accept the fact that he awoke tens of thousands of people to the untruths of the religious dogma that these Europeans placed us under.
Okay.
Their God and their way of life, because he exposed it, and you're benefiting from that. Everything that you're doing right now is a result of his existence. Because if he didn't exist, you wouldn't have nothing to talk about. Obviously, because you ain't got nothing else to say. You ain't got nothing else to say. I do agree
with some people on this. Like if you go to certain channels, and they're attacking Polite, or they're attacking Sarah Suden Seti, or they're attacking Prince York, or anybody. Some channels, every video is about that. You know, whatever the person they're attacking. Okay. Like if you look on our channel, we have other things to focus on rather than just attacking Malachi Z. York or a person. Like, I agree with when people say, what else are you doing?
Yeah, what else are you doing?
Right.
You're creating businesses, bruh. You're creating businesses and you're offering businesses to other people so they can learn about growing business. You're teaching people how to grow businesses. That is something that is worthy of praise.
Well,
you're not just filming us debating back and forth. I see you going to communities and like we said, looking for the sisters.
Forming tenant councils for against slumlords. We do all of that.
I'm saying with the people like you just named, what's his name? Chuck Morgan.
Okay.
I don't see him doing anything other than slandering Malachi Z. York. Anything else. That is a problem. When all of your focus is on trying to expose somebody who's been in jail since 2002.
Yeah, because I think I got like 1 or 2 videos about York.
Why don't you put out something about you ain't even talking about the Pope. or the Catholic priest who was raping kids.
Who keeps his dick in a child ass.
You ain't putting out anything about
I think he do a child for
Donald
breakfast.
Trump.
I think the
this
Pope,
election, Donald Trump, and all that, the chaos that's happening in that system. You ain't attacking the devil system at all. The only devil that you got in your mind, according to your teachings, is Malachi York. Why is that? When there's so much more going on that the people that are not locked, Donald Trump ain't locked up. What about the wars that they're causing all over the world? And these people are considered upstanding, suit and tie, rich people.
that most of our people look up to.
The people that they're looking at, these are criminals. These are the real criminals. You ain't putting no attention on them.
Well, I will say I attack everybody.
I agree. I agree. So if you're doing it on if you're looking at everybody and then you see something wrong with Malachi, go ahead and speak about it, because we could come back and talk about that.
Right.
But if you're just going to focus on him and ignore everything else, especially this crooked ass system that you live in and all of us live in, then I say you're an agent of the devil. That's what I say you are. You are either being paid by the devil to come out here and slander Malachi and slander the black people, or you just being telepathically influenced. Either way, you a black devil. That's the truth. And I know you a black devil. But I'll sit down, because I don't mind sitting down with the devil. We sit down with him all the time. Remember in your Bible, it said the sons of God came up and the devil was with them.
Right.
So, hey,
in the book of Job.
We do that.
And I don't know how the devil can get in the office and meet God when I can't. I've been praying to him all my damn life.
I heard that. Give thanks.
This has been another New Black World Order TV Productions. Chopper. Welcome and thank you for coming out. Brother Hotep Talah Amun, where can they contact you and get your book?
Oh, yes. My book is at, you can Google it. Hotep, The Cure for Humanity.
Is it still at the book patch?
It's still at the book patch. I couldn't even think up there to go see my...
You know I remember stuff. I told you the other day on the phone. I can talk to you 3 months from now and still remember it.
You got a great memory, and I honor that. And also the clothes that we make. HNH Designs 19.
HNH Designs?
HNH Designs 19. H, the letter H, the letter N, the letter H, Designs with an S, 19.com.
All right. Thank you. And I appreciate you for coming out.
We appreciate you.
Chopper.
Yeah.